Hey, and welcome back to my channel, Roxanne Taylor Media. I'm back here in Indonesia. I was here in August when the destructive earthquakes hit Lombok, and you might have seen my videos where I went there to distribute supplies. Well, I finally made it back here to Gili Trawangan, where a lot of work has been done. So I wanted to come and check out how is the recovery effort going, and is it still safe for tourists to come here? Let's go.
Welcome sama-sama Reggae Bar.
Here at Sama-sama Reggae Bar, the tunes are pumping, drinks are flowing, and the dance floor is full of joy. It's one of the popular live music venues on Gili Trawangan, which is an island known for its nightlife. On the dance floor, you wouldn't know the destruction that happened just 5 months ago. Gili T, as it's often abbreviated, is the largest of the 3 gilis just off the northwest of Lombok. They're a welcome escape from the hustle and bustle of neighbouring Bali, offering diving, snorkeling, yoga and relaxed beach holiday vibes. But on the 5th of August 2018, this paradise was shaken when a 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck Lombok. More than 500 people were killed on the mainland, and locals tell me 9 people perished here at Gili T. To hear a little bit about that night, let's first go to my local friend Rian's place. He lives with his friends in a cluster of bungalows near the centre of the island.
I'm here. Then that I see the Dimas. I'm stand up like this, and then earthquake coming. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you all jump up?
People panic and then running. Yeah. So bad.
Many people ran up the island's only small hill and waited overnight, afraid the earthquake might cause a tsunami. Luckily it didn't, but another friend, Ria, sent me this footage as they walked back down the next morning to figure out what to do next. Most people were evacuated straight to Lombok and Bali, but Rian stayed a few more days.
Stay here and then I sleep at Exile.
Sleep where?
Exile.
On the beach?
Yeah, on the beach.
Because you're scared?
Yeah. I want to see also the water. Even you sleep here, you cannot see if the tsunami coming, I don't know.
In those frightening days afterwards, with continuing aftershocks, a group of divers stuck it out together and got to work on the cleanup, creating a hub at Manta Dive. I spoke to the manager Ben, who for the first time agreed to speak to media about the mammoth effort that he made happen.
Everyone on the island jumped into action, just amazingly proud of what they all did. There was no action plan. It just seemed to sort of work between everyone that was here from different dive shops, different businesses and stuff like that on the island. We sort of ended up with like us demolition teams, was going into kitchens to get all the food out, and like accident was going rotten and stuff like that. The boys getting cows out of pools, and there was some laughter during it as well, which you always need. And that was the great thing in the evening, is that whatever we did in the day, everyone was back here. Danny and Ree were cooking for like 40, 50 people sometimes. We'll have a few drinks in the evening, which, all right, but to keep spirit up and stuff like that.
Riding around now, this is my first time back here since after the earthquake, so there's still a lot of damage, but there is a lot that's now back to normal. And everyone is happy to see us. Hello. Yeah, it's the most beautiful island. Like, you can see the destruction. There's a lot, obviously, still very broken and yet to be rebuilt, but there is a lot of headway being made. So I'm just going to pass the mosque now, and this was very badly damaged. You can see the road is all rubble now. I'll just show you around the other side. You can see here they're working hard right now. But all of this, that's where the top used to be, and that crashed down. So I'm just going to go to talk to one of the divers and free divers on this island, who's going to tell us where we're at with the cleanup and moving forward. So we're almost at Freedive Gili. That's where Veronica works. I've been told she's happy to have a chat with us for the vlog.
We had this amazing group of people based at Manta Dive that sort of took charge and made assessments, and we, the rest of us, the muscle, you know, the workforce, we just did as we were told. Whatever looked like it could be dangerous in an aftershock, we started taking those walls down. Other concerns also were looking after the animals that were on the island. to make sure that they were all free, that they didn't die, that they didn't starve, that they had food and water. And looking after the locals on this island as well as Gili and Gili. We were very, very lucky to have a couple of doctors who were on holiday here and then decided to stay to help out.
The island came together, creating a community called Gilistrong to unite in the cleanup and rebuild, with efforts like this fun island marathon to boost morale and raise funds.
A lot of instructors left to go to Bali or Lombok to help locally by creating charities, by collecting donations and sending food and tarpaulin and medical supplies over to Lombok, Menno, Air and us. So the diving industry came together in full force to support whatever, whoever, wherever, which was an amazing thing because it shows you how much of a community there is in a place like this. Yes, you have dive centre next to dive centre next to dive centre, and people might think, okay, you know, same kind of business, there might be a lot of competition going on, but we all stuck in this together, we all helped out together, and we had an amazing sense of community spirit for that, and we shared that, I think, with everyone who needed the support and the help.
Part of the magic here about Gili Trawangan is that there are no motorised vehicles, just horse and carriages and bicycles. But it means that with the cleanup from after the earthquake, it's all being done by hand, apart from the initial aftermath where the island hired 2 bulldozers. This is how work's being done here on the island, by hand, and being carried by horse and cart to the harbour for the rubble to be placed there and hopefully eventually removed. In some parts of the island, the destruction is still very prominent. The once bustling night markets, which was a central hub near the harbour, is now a holding yard for the island's rubble. This is impacting businesses around it, but many are determined to stay strong, and a few food vendors continue to set up each night on the side of the path. So locals are slowly working to put things back together here at Gili Trawangan. You can see behind me a group of workers still working on the demolition here. There were a number of homes and businesses destroyed, but just neighbouring, there's still so many places that were not even damaged at all, and it's business as normal here for many places at Gili Trawangan. In some areas of the island, you wouldn't even know there'd been an earthquake, with many places escaping any major damage.
Lobster, jumbo prawn, reckon of kebab.
Just finished yoga class and I was just noticed this amazing sunset. It just stopped in the middle of the soccer pitch. Isn't this incredible? There are minor aftershocks still happening. I felt 2 small wobbles during my week filming this video, and I didn't even notice a third one that happened. They're really quite minor.
The aftershocks, I don't know, you never get used to it.
This is Indonesia, this is the Ring of Fire, and there's always been little rumbles and there's always a little growl occasionally somewhere, and you might not pick up. And we see, I mean, we've had it that I sat here and I could feel a little rumble and you're like, do I have to get up? And then you see, did you feel that? And other people are like, what?
Is it safe now?
Yeah, 100% safe. You know, the good thing that's come out of it as well, that everyone that has rebuilt is not using bricks and concrete, and they're using like the Kelsey board, so everything's like lightweight walls, because that was really the main problems on the island. It wasn't actually the buildings, it was the surrounding walls of everything that had been there for years, and there was no steel or anything like that. The actual structures, like you look here, nothing happens to these, they're all aluminium frame and stuff like that, or wood, so they just move with it and they back into shape. So yeah, everything's completely safe.
After everything everyone's been through, they're still so happy and welcoming on this island. Obviously, they do need our tourism dollar to help them rebuild, so it's even better. It sounds weird to say, but certainly this place has always been a place of warmth and welcoming, but you can certainly feel that has not gone a single bit despite everything. And everyone's even friendlier, if that's even possible. A lot of tourists come here from Bali, but it's actually part of Lombok, and the economy here is vital for many locals from Lombok who come here to work to support their families back home, just like Amil, a local guy I met at the harbour.
I job here in the island. I give you all the family in the village because in the is many home in the earthquake is loose. I go to the market and pay the rice and everything. I give one by one in the village because no stop job in the village.
And it's good, there's more tourists coming back again now?
Yeah, more is tourists coming again in the island.
Yeah.
maybe December is many tourists come because in the Happy New Year.
We have just under 70 staff working here at Manta, all live in Lombok with their families, and they all rely on tourism being here to obviously pay their salaries so they can eat, drink and rebuild. The whole of North Lombok relies on tourism coming to these three islands. You know, the biggest income comes from these, and the biggest actual amount of staff working on these islands, which then they're taking that money back to Lombok, comes from Gili Trawangan, Gili Mino, Gili Air.
So if you want to support Indonesia and contribute to the rebuild, one of the best things you can do is literally have a holiday here. And it's a good time to snap up a bargain like I did. So I've been staying here in this homestay. I've got it for less than $10 Australian per night, which is really cheap for this island. It's got a fan, it's got a nice western bathroom, and it's got the most beautiful garden and little homestay cats that come and say hello to me. And I think it might be a little bit cheaper right now because of the drive to get tourists back here. So I picked up an awesome bargain, and I'm sure you can too. Is things getting better now?
Yeah, it's getting better now.
Like better than before?
Yeah, better than before. All lebih baik. Many people coming in and get dancing or something.
Thanks for tuning into my channel, Roxanne Taylor Media. Check out my other videos from here in Indonesia and all around the world. And if you haven't already, click subscribe and that notification bell, and I'll see you again soon.